post commentary for this because I figured now that I have the airship, I might as well catch up on stuff by getting every single item I don't have, didn't purchase, or didn't farm from enemies enough. As you can see here, I'm going to all the towns and buying everything I didn't purchase from them, but not every item because certain items are just way too expensive, and I figured the enemies I grinded off to get items should give me enough gil. Spoilers, it did not. Not quite enough, though. I'm working with, believe it or not, almost 4 hours of footage here. Yeah, I spent that long getting most of the items. Not all of them, because some are really a piece of shit. Which, I'll have fun trying to grind for this one item when I actually get to live commentary here. So yeah, this went cut down to like from 3 hours 55 minutes to 22 minutes. I cut it that much out. It just took that long just to get the items I at least gotten. Some of this could very easily be sped up or whatnot, but I'm choosing not to because I figured I could use all the 22 minutes to commentate. I don't know if I've ever checked a shop there, but yeah, you can get Elven Mist there. You can also get them from lizards. They don't drop them often. And oh boy, here comes the enemies. Right after the end of the last time, I actually went here because I figured I might as well grind to level 30. I actually got 2 luck pluses, but I didn't record it, so there it is. I got a luck plus from a crawler. It has a 4% chance of dropping it. Here's raids. They drop a weapon. Basically, I'm only going to show the fights that I actually get the enemies to drop something. Like, there's a frickin' lot of them. Raids have like a, I don't know, I'm not going to say every single percentage chance, unless the ones I know. So, Anaconda's there, they have a 4% chance of dropping agility pluses. They're quite numerous too, so if you want your party members to be really fast, you might as well grind here in the Earth Cave. Oh, speaking of raids and crawlers, there's a certain enemy later on. Oh, by the way, here's a Basculus. I've seen a Basculus before, but I had never actually defeated one. And it wasn't until I was watching this in editing that, look at these lizards. Like, lizards normally have 4 legs, right? Well, these have 6. I never knew that until, like, a couple of days ago. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. I'll mention it when I actually point that one enemy out, but yeah, Basculus. They can and will turn into stone. Not often, though. You just gotta defeat them first, and you'll get the thing. Well, here's Ochre Jelly. They drop an item I want at a 10% rate. And speaking of 10% rates, I have fun with those. Like, I really shouldn't have fought so many enemies just to get a 10% drop. Like, seriously, most enemies that do 10% drops never frickin' drop them. So there's a speed shake, which I did use, but I no longer have. Anyway, here's Earth Medusa. Remember Earth Medusa? Here I actually find one and actually managed to slay the beast. They have way too much health, and for good reason. You're supposed to encounter this thing in, like, the 4th Fiend Dungeon. Like, yeah, the 4th Fiend Dungeon. And yet, for some reason, it's got toned stats to match the difficulty of this version, hence why it's only doing, like, no damage, physical-wise. Their main threat is really turning it to stone. I still don't get why these are encountered way earlier than regular Medusas. Like, these are still stronger, I'll give them that much, but still, though, difficulty curve much. Like, they do no damage, their only threat is really turning into stone. Well, to be fair, I guess you really have nothing to cure stone. So here's Grey Ooze. They have a 10% chance of dropping an item I want. I fought like 40 of these things in Marsh Cave. They never just frickin' dropped it. While I was in Earth Cave, I encountered scorpions. I didn't even know you could encounter scorpions in Cave of Marsh. Well, you can. I guess they're 1 in 64, or 3 in 64. Here's Red Dragon. I could have fought an Ice Dragons, but I figured Red Dragons are the easiest dragon to deal with. Most dragons drop elixirs. Later dragons have higher chances of dropping elixirs, but I might as well get one now, just so I can prepare ahead. They are still fun to fight, don't get me wrong. You just don't let them do too much damage to you when grinding for them. Here's Ogre Mage. They drop remedies. And I like to point out that if you encounter Ogre Mages by themselves, you can't run away from them. But if you encounter them with a chief, then it's okay. There's so many encounters that have this problem. Like you can't run away from a tornado unless it's with a snake, which I know that's going to be a thing. I know it will, and I will point it out when I get to that point. There's the remedy. They don't have a high chance of dropping him. Here's Fire Gigases. I sure did see them before, but I never defeated one. They're not that threatening. They cast Fira, which isn't really that strong, but otherwise they're a normal giant. They have a 10% chance of dropping a bomb arm, which, again, they never frickin' drop. Here's Cockatrice, or Cockadoodle-Doo. They have a high chance of dropping Cockatrice Claws. On top of this, I never actually defeated a Cockatrice. And for good reason. They have way too much HP for being a frickin' bird. Since when does a bird have so much HP? I've never seen this in Final Fantasy, ever. It's only in this hack that a bird, a common bird at that, has so much HP. And can so easily turn your party to stone, like in that one part. A group of 6 just turned my party to stone outright. Which was hilarious, but still. Here's Vampire and Spectre. I didn't get a drop from Spectre yet, but I do get a drop from a Vampire. Like, I know they're normal enemies elsewhere, and they're more prominent in that. And they come with another enemy that also drops Vampire Fangs, but have a higher chance of doing that. But I might as well get it now, especially since vampires are a good source of gold. For some reason. Well, they are vampires. I can understand why they're rich, but I couldn't say. They're not threatening once we have the ultimate once we have the best stuff from the, Which, by the way, I should point out. Oh, by the way, here's Elm Gigas. It's like, even in Mon Balance, it's here, but seriously, why is it here? You never encounter this enemy in the vanilla game. Ever. It's supposed to be a bonus enemy. Anyway, I have to point out, I've noticed that common enemies, when I have the best armor possible, only ever do 1 damage to my warrior, and high damage to pretty much everyone else. And then the rare enemy can just annihilate Umber with just 1 hit. That's pretty much the problem with this hack so far, is that the common enemies are no threat, even to Umber when we have the best armor, and yet rare enemies do ridiculous amount of damage. Speaking of ridiculous amount of damage versus no damage, here's this. Sabertooth and Were-Tigers. Sabertooths are better versions of lesser tigers, but Sabertooths do a ridiculous amount of damage and can stun you. And for some reason when they stun you, they can do even more damage. I didn't even know that was a mechanic, but I don't know if it really is a mechanic. So yeah, 41 damage, and then 105 damage, OMG. Hey, that's really it about were-tigers, or Sabertooth. Were-tigers, on the other hand, they're were-tigers, meaning that they're weak to Dia. Remember, only in Mod Balance, though. Only in Mod Balance. And they have health regen, as you see here. They're not that bad, it's just that they can poison you often. They do drop antidotes, which is nice. Still, though. There's an enemy that's really relevant to them that I really, really hate. Oh, and by the way, were-tigers are called Catman in the NES. And then another enemy like them are called Man-Cat. I have no idea what many of the other enemies are called in the NES. Mainly because I really don't care about these enemies much. I never really encounter much of them in the other versions. Well, there's those enemies down. Here's two Medusas. They sure are weaker than Earth Medusas, like they should be. They go down more easily. And not only did I manage... Oh yeah, they can turn you to stone just by touching you. I don't know if Earth Medusa can, but... Oh yeah, Earth Medusa can stun you. This one apparently turns you to stone just by touching you. Not only did I manage to defeat them, I also managed to get the drop from them, which is nice, but as I found out later, you're not going to see it, but I did find out you can just buy the item they drop, plus the bomb arm and the ice weapon in shops. Here's my most hated enemy, Rakshasa. They're basically were-tigers on crack. They resist everything, they cast spells, they cast status ailments, when they bite you, they poison you, they resist everything, they have too much HP, they resist everything. The only thing that kills them is basically flare. They have too much HP and they resist everything. Did I mention they resist everything? They don't have health regen, but still though. I swear, my only real good way to deal with these jackasses is to nuke them. Well, when I can anyway. Like, I hate these bastards. Like there, they cast slow, which fortunately doesn't work on us. I guess because we're a high enough level or have a high enough luck stat. I have no idea what affects the rate of statuses in this game. I seriously don't. I mean, yeah, look at that. They're still alive. And they do, like, ludicrous amounts of damage. At least in hard mode they do. I mean, I could have taken out the were-tigers first because they're pathetic. But because they're basically useless, I don't bother with them at all. I just don't. I mean, if I was casting a skill that hits all enemies, they go away eventually and save time. I mean, did you see how many statuses that thing cast? They can put you to sleep, they can slow you down, they can do all sorts of horrors upon you that forces you to nuke. Remember Dragon Zombie? I sure didn't defeat one when I really should have. Especially considering I now realize that you can change your equipment during battle. Like before, I only want to encounter one of these because I don't want to risk instant death within 0 turns. But this thing doesn't drop elixirs though. This thing drops Phoenix Downs. They have a higher chance of doing that than elementals. So if you want Phoenix Downs, and lots of money and gold, money and gold, experience and gold, feel free to grind off of this thing. I mean, it is worth it if you can deal with its occasional instant death move. Which it doesn't often use, but it's still pretty bad. So so now we're getting into areas I've never necessarily been to before, but they can be encountered in areas I've been to before. It's just that I've looked in the area where they normally appear. Here's Beretta. They hit extremely hard, they have a high amount of defense, but I found that they're weak to ice. I don't know why I cast fire on them until I realized that Naita was doing ludicrous amounts of damage to them. That I tried Blizzard now. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about them. They're just hard hitters. They're just hard tanks. There's an enemy just like them that is basically them but on crack. Which is in the case of a bunch of enemies, actually. Well, at least in the original, they're them but on, you know. Sorry if you see like one frame of the overworld, Movie Maker is kind of... yeah. This thing is not called Wild Beretta in all other versions. I think this thing is called, like, Desert Beretta. But yeah, like I said, they're basically better versions of Beretta. Okay, so here's Sandworm. Sandworms are really, really dangerous. Yeah, they do hit hard, but in the original versions, they have a skill that instantly kills everybody. You hear that? Everybody. That thing uses skill, everybody dies. Unless you're immune to it. Which you probably might be, especially since you're never gonna friggin' encounter this thing. You're never gonna go out of your way to encounter this thing. I think this thing only appears in the sand. I'm not sure about that. If it does appear pretty close to it, I don't know, chances are you're not going to encounter this thing, and there's their skill, Earthquake. It's not as bad as anyone else's Earthquake, but it still hits pretty bad. And remember, Earthquake does damage in this hack. In all other versions, it pretty much is an instant kill move on everybody. It is Earth Elemental, though, so you can take that into account. Yeah, it doesn't have that much HP. It's still a worm nonetheless. And worms must always have ludicrous amounts of HP, just like in Final Fantasy X. Although this one's the lesser version of that. We can be thankful for that. No interesting item off of them, by the way. Back to Spectres, when I came back here, I managed to get the item from them first try, but they have an extremely low chance of dropping it. I think a 3% chance, actually. Remember Fire Gigas? Well, Ice Gigas was the same thing. They have a 10% chance. They never friggin' drop the item. And again, you can just buy the item. I don't know why I didn't check until I actually fought these bastards. Well, yeah, what's done is done. I mean, at least I got a decent grind off of it. Just like Fire Gigas, they sure do cast level 2 Blizzard. It doesn't do much, because giants aren't meant to cast magic. You can probably tell by my 8 max HP that I gain a lot of levels. I mean a lot. I'm not going to have to do grinding for a while. So there's piranhas and red piranhas. I don't know if I encountered a regular piranha, but there you go. They're just water creatures that do attacks. Red piranhas are worse. I managed to get an X potion off the red piranha, which is really nice. Although I already have an X potion. Alligators and crocodiles, they're pretty much better versions of the piranhas. The alligator is a better version of crocodile. I managed to get a mantra band from the crocodile. You can just buy it, but it costs way too much, and I figured I might as well get it here. Here's a couple of hydras. I fought so many water creatures just to get the items off of them, you have no idea. That's how, I mean, if you notice by my levels, that's just how long I took just to get the items. I knew crocodiles appear in ice caves, so I figured, hey, I'll grind the item from them here. First encounter, first try, got the item. Okay, so here's wyverns. I never actually encounter a worm. I didn't really want to, because worms are better versions of wyverns, I think. As you can probably tell, they do, like, no damage, but they do poison you. Remember back then where they do ludicrous amounts of damage? Or maybe it was the worm. Yeah, they do poison you. Just... yeah, they're useless. They're useless right now, and yet, just look how long it takes for them to die. Just look. Like, I think I've spent like 10 turns killing one of them. They're just that resilient. It's like you got some enemies that die in one hit but do ludicrous amounts of damage. You got the enemies that do no damage but instead rely on status problems. And then you got these. They're useless in every way, but they're just HP sponges. That's all there is. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They're also highly evasive because they're flying. One thing I forgot to say about the ghost enemies, the shadow enemies, yeah, they do have high evasion. Pretty much anything that looks like it could evade attacks easily, yeah, they have high evasion, such as these guys. Like, I never had fun fighting these guys in any version I played. Only fought one of them, that was it. Like, yeah, did you notice how long it took that one to die? It took about 2 minutes. Like, these enemies, they're not fun. They're not difficult. They're HP sponges. They're highly evasive. They can do nothing threatening. Well, poison is threatening, but still, your priest staff at this point can cure that. And yeah, I got so annoyed by these jackasses that I sped up. Anyway, this is the end of the post-commentary, and I'll see you in the live commentary. Okay, I've got some explaining to do. First off, sorry about that long hiatus I had. I'm really not doing too well here at home. Mainly because I can't really use my office anymore. But also, a lot of things were really bringing me down. Especially since I still have not gotten a new headset. I might eventually, but most likely not. I'm stuck with this shitty mic. I turned the volume of Audacity down to 98 from 100, see if that's better. So anyway, first off, here's my items that I have. They sure are items I do and still have. Yeah, I'm actually level 36, meaning that according to my notepad goals, I'm pretty much set for quite a long time actually. Here's my current equipment, which should be good enough for what's going on ahead. So anyway, let's just begin. I must point out, there are quite a few enemies that I never actually pointed out in post-commentary. That's mainly because I figured I point them out here in live commentary when I actually get to them. So anyway, no poll, but I'm going to do this regardless. My next destination is here, which is Waterfall. Or, that's not my next destination, but my next destination is really here. Because, well, do I have the money? Ooh, actually I might not. Let's actually find out if I have the money. Because I think I need actually 40,000 gil. Oh boy, hellhounds. I might actually start at this point cutting every battle. I just have to be silent. Hello, Blaze Rune. I could just very easily get you elsewhere. So anyway, if you go to that particular patch of dirt, of sand, like that one specific square, there's no indication whatsoever, other than that you're told there's an oasis here, but it really doesn't look like an oasis at all. Maybe since it's next to some trees, but anyway. Here's the caravan, and he has an item I want, and yeah, I need 40,000 gil for that. So yeah, actually, we're going to the waterfall after all. Could have reset, but whatever. I need the money. I can encounter Ice Gigas here? Well, now that I did encounter one here, that did refresh my memory enough. I just have to hope they don't do the thing on me. Why am I still using the ice? Why am I still using the ice weapons? Yeah, they're doing, like, no damage to me. Why am I attacking the Gigas? I should be attacking the wolf. I am not being... Did I frickin' get another... I don't think I did, but whatever. Alright, can we encounter the enemy I've never pointed out? Maybe I did. Yeah. Never pointed out about Ochu here. And speaking of Ochu, I'm gonna have a fun time with a better variety of this thing. Despite looking like a plant, they're not weak to fire, they're weak to lightning. I guess they're aquatic plants. I think they're supposed to be lilies, which I guess makes sense. But still though, because they're monstrous plants, they have a high chance of poisoning you. And that's really it. They don't have any really unique items to them. They do certainly die easily. Never really pointed about the Hydra. They can do high damage if you're not really equipped all that well, and especially since they can do like 9 hits in a single turn. But they do die easily. Good, I didn't get the item here anyway. There's a town right there. I'm not gonna go to that town yet. It's not important. Although either that town or the town I'm going to after this tells me I should be going to this place. You wouldn't think you can enter this place, but you can. Welcome to Waterfall, or Waterfall Cavern, I think. You're hinted that you can enter here, like, you're told something flew into the waterfall, maybe? So anyway, why am I dreading this place? Well, it's not because it's hard, it's because there's an enemy here. Hello, clay golems. I don't know if I can run away from you. I'm not gonna try. Anyway, why am I dreading this place? Because there's an enemy here that has a 1 in 64 chance of appearing. And that enemy is Neochu. On top of this, Neochu has a 4% chance of dropping Genji gloves, I think. And, yeah. So basically, it has, let's see, what is 64 times 25? 1,600. So I essentially have a 1 in 1,600 chance of even getting an item from any encounter. Which is slightly more common than getting an enhanced odds of a shiny in Pokemon Black and White 2. But yeah, I'm gonna have fun. Now, to be fair, I can run away from every encounter that is not Neochu. I don't know about these guys, though. Like, not every... Again, in the README, it says you can run from every encounter. But my experiences says no. You cannot. Umber, you're basically doing nothing. I wonder if Umber's staff can do better. Let's find out. Oh yeah, clay golems were called mud golems in the original. Really, Umber? Really? You're a magic caster. Why is your physical staff doing more damage than your basic magic? I mean, they resist your magic, and your staff does more damage to magic casters, although it doesn't say it here. Oh, by the way, I have to point out, my cursor disappears. That is because, you see how in the description it only displays one line, but when I go to my menu, in the main world, it does it like, it shows 2 lines. For equipment that displays 2 lines, if it displays 2 lines, but it can only display 1 line, if I hover my cursor over it, well, if I move my cursor at all over it, then yeah, it disappears. Speed up the fight, oh my goodness. Why? Why are enemies not threatening in the least and take forever to die? Why is that the problem with so many enemies? Like, oh my goodness. So anyway, I know my place through this place. You basically want to take the lower left. I mean, you basically want to go left whenever possible, and if you can't go left, then you go down. And the definition of left is if the passageways goes left at all, then go through it. I'm not finding things. For example, this may go up and down, but because this up passageway has far more left than down does, we go this way. When you're really looking at a map, you're really going down left, really. But yeah, even the first time I played this, not knowing where to go, even without looking at a guide, my instincts told me to always go left. Really? You can encounter nightmares and pyrolisks here? Whatever, I'm gonna stay state. I fought these guys hundreds of times. They will not drop the iron nunchuck. I checked. No shop sells them either. You just have to grind them out from these guys. The nightmares, I mean. The pyrolisk can drop ethers. They have a 6% chance of dropping ethers, so if you resist stone, you can grind off of ethers in the Citadel of Trials. I mean, that's good, right? It's always good. Just like cockatrices, pyrolisks have way too much HP than they have any right to have. But in addition to can turn you to stone just by touching you with their feather tail. If they look at you, if they so much as squint at you, you die instantly. I already said this before. I already said this about the pyrolisks, or the pyro Hadoos, or the hell diver Hadoos, or the hell Hadoos, or whatever Hadoo you want to call these. I'll just call them hell Hadoo, because they're called hell divers in Final Fantasy II. I'll just call them that. Really, now I have really nothing left to say for these enemies. I've already fought them before. You don't really need to see them. I could cut, but I have the speed up key, so whatever. You know, even if you're confused about where which way to go, you can just follow me. Also, right there, you saw left down does indeed go to a dead end. Like, literally, that's the only way that actually goes to a dead end. You just go the path above it, if by that. Just remember, you want to take the lower left path whenever possible. Or, not lower left, but like, just generally go left whenever possible. What are these enemies doing here? Water Naga and Spirit Naga. Water Naga is in the next dungeon we're going to. Spirit Naga is in the 4th Fiend dungeon. And by the way, these are not elementals by any means. They're not. They're similar to them, but different like, instead of relying on... It's like these guys rely more on magic than the actual elementals, which is weird. And if I remember correctly, even in Mana Balance, they have a ludicrous amount of HP. Like, gosh dang. I think Water Naga is weak to ice in addition to lightning. I may be wrong. I have no idea what Spirit Naga is weak to. No clue. Yep, there we go. Water Naga freezes to square. Vanish. Oh yeah, that makes everybody's evasion increase. Do I have any supporting magic? Oh, I have Vanish. How much does it cost? 40. Meh. Should I cast anything? It only works on one member, so you know what, I'm not going to do it. I don't know if I should attack him with the priest staff, but I need to kill one of these right now. That's really the extent of my knowledge about the Nagas. I really am clueless about them. Just hit them and hit them hard with your most powerful element. That's all I can really suggest to you. Their Shell, we have not seen that spell yet. I believe that's Null All. It's basically shock. It's basically Shock, Frost, and Blaze all at the same time, which is really unfair. If I had Dispel, I could get rid of it, but alas, I do not. Yeah, Water Naga does... Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage for a level 1 spell. Says the guy who has Umber, who can frickin' nuke everything, even with a level 1 spell. Wow, Spirit Naga does like no damage physical-wise. See? They're more threatening with magic than they are with physical attack. The elementals are more threatening with physical than they are with magic. Well, they're still threatening with magic, don't get me wrong. Okay, Furia, I think you're better off using magic at this point because they raised their evasion. These guys have no rights to be mini-bosses. Why are they not dead? Also, which one? Oh. Spirit Naga made a smart move. Since when is AI smart? Wow, that did like no damage. Do I have a Rune Blade? If so, is it... No! Stop using him as items. Let's see. 62 attack. 62. No, Ice Brand is way better. Let's use Blizzara, because I think they're more weak to Blizzard, more so. At least the Water Naga. Please don't. Well, I mean, that's... Furia's fine, like, Furia does, like, jack shit anyway. You know, I was hoping 5 minutes of this would be searching for Neochu, not fighting against these. I mean, I guess Spirit Naga is more of a white mage than it is anything else. Water Naga is... yeah. So in a way, Water Naga is more threatening. But still, though, it seems like all the best spells have been used on Water Naga, so we best get rid of it fast. Like, they are really not outputting the damage I'm doing to them. Why are they still around? Okay, they're not weak to ice. No, they are weak to ice. It's just that... well, Water Naga is weak to ice, it's just that I've already, you know... Oh, Spirit Naga's weak to ice? I didn't know that. Oh my goodness, gosh dang it. Now I can focus on you. Use level 1 Blizzard. You did not protect yourself from Blizzard, good sir. You still have Curaga, you bastard. How are you still not out of MP? Curaga costs like 70 MP. I don't know how MP works in the enemy's favor. Like, I think they have a finite amount of MP, but you can't absorb from them. I don't know. I know Spirit Nagas are better versions of Water Nagas, so they have more HP and stuff, but why is it still not dead? It cured... like, yeah, it cured itself, it cured its ally. It doesn't have that much more HP. I mean, I guess it does... oh, okay, Arrow. The one spell that is actually useless, because absolutely nothing is weak to wind. Like, I don't think anything is weak to wind. It's just sort of the non-elemental. Well, so is Fear. Except Fear is not supposed to do damage. Fear is supposed to make enemies run away. Speaking of that, when I encountered a few goblins on my way to cities and whatnot... okay, so now you're going to resist Blizzard, so Blizzard's weak, useless to you now. I'm still going to cast it. How much does Comet do to you? Oh yeah, I forgot to point out the spells I bought. I should point that out. Wow, that does nothing. Would you please die? I mean, you're not that oh my goodness. Yeah, right when I speed up too. Gosh dang it. Let's say we check the enemies we've newly encountered just to see their stats and whatnot. What did we encountered? Well, here's Cockatrice. Yeah, 578. They have no right to have that much HP. What else did I encounter? There's Piranha and Red Piranha. Yeah, they die really easily. Alligator, Crocodile. Yeah, they're better than the Piranhas in every way. Here's Ochu. That's Neochu. Here's Hydra. How much HP does Powerless have? Yeah, not too far off from Cockatrice. Or Threes, however you want to say it. What else did I encounter? Here's Ice Gigas. Fire Gigas. Vector, Remoraz. I don't know if I show up Remoraz. Astos on crack. I'll get Dark Matter later. Wild Beretta. Sabertooth. Wyvern. Jeez, 3,000 HP! Oh my goodness. Regular Beretta. Wow. How did I have an easier time with this than this? Like, jeez, like, let me see. Their weakness is Thunder. Why? I don't know. So their weakness is Ice. Basculus. Knew it. Their weakness is Ice. Were-Tiger. Weakness is Dia. Sandworm. Medusa. Rakshasha. Look at that. They resist everything except Dia. But why would you use Dia? They're not undead. How much oh my goodness. Why did I agree to search through the bestiary again? I mean, to show off the enemies I've never encountered, and to show off how much HP they have. Jeez! Yeah, they do, like, no damage attack-wise. Well, looks like I have to grind for Thieves' Glove and Thieves' Vest eventually. Oh boy, I'm gonna have fun with that. And finally, Earth Medusa. See? You're supposed to encounter her in the last dungeon. Or not last dungeon, but you get it. And Elm Gigas, which, as you can tell by the ID number, you're not supposed to encounter at all. I mean, enough of that. Let's just get on with the real threat of what I went the wrong way. I spent so much time in the bestiary that I lost track of where I was. I really shouldn't have done that. I have no time. Oh, I can run away from them. Please don't. I mean, I still need the iron nunchuck, but I don't want it to be turned to stone for no reason. Please. Peas. It's the magic word now. Peas is the magic word of please. If I say that, I have a higher chance of getting a yes for an answer. Is that how it works? Nope, no, apparently not. Oh boy! I really hate these guys. I spent like 2 hours, or no, it's more like 1 hour, on these guys, and I still didn't get the nunchuck. Okay, please. Gotta waste the Phoenix down now. Whatever. If I don't get the item, I'm reloading and running away. Where's my Phoenix Downs? Yeah, I only have 6. Good. Don't kill Naito. Don't kill Naito. No, 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 stop doing that. Heliga, because I don't care. Don't kill him. Whatever. No. Okay, which one did it? Doesn't matter, because they all go, but same problem as I'm cutting. Oh my goodness. Like, why is, like, the common enemies worthless, and yet literally everything else? Ugh. Oh, okay, this is the enemy I really didn't want to see, but here we go anyway. I didn't mention there being an enemy being really feared. I guess this is another reason why I fear this place. Green Dragon. I don't know if I should say... I'll slot 2, whatever. I don't want to waste slot 1. Okay, Green Dragons are pretty much the worst dragons. I mean, there's an even stronger dragon coming up, but it's not as bad. Well, actually it is worser, but Green Dragons are pretty much the second worst dragon, at least in the original, because, I mean, yeah, they're weak to ice, which I don't know why they're weak to ice. They're called gas dragons, so I guess you're freezing the gas. I mean, these guys just had a little bit too much gas. I mean, yeah. They follow the rules in which they have a special attack, but you can't really guard from poison, and they're pretty much the strongest when it comes to the special attacks, well, the second strongest at least. But like I said, there's really no way to defend against poison gas. And on top of this, they really, really love using it. They really love it. There's one good thing about these dragons, though. They are the best way to grind for gold and experience. I'm not kidding. Not in this place specifically, but yeah. It's the best way to grind for money and experience. Believe me. Heliga. I'm hurt badly. Did it seriously kill Naito like that? In that case, just whatever. Start from square one. Just cast Healra every turn, I guess. And just watch everything go. How did Naito still... Wrong save state. Like, seriously, how did Naito still die? Okay, I guess turn 1, Priestess, turn 2, Heliga. I mean, I guess. Like, seriously, how did Naito still die? Is it because he has the lowest magic defense? I mean, that is a thing. But still, they had no right to kill him that early. Like, what do these dragons do? What do they do? How much damage did they do? Okay, I'm paying attention. Jeez! I mean, yeah, they're not the worst dragon. Like I said, that's not the worst dragon. Like, 300 damage? That surely is the worst dragon. No, this isn't the worst dragon. I mean, yeah, they're the worst because they appear more often than the worst dragon, but still, these are not the worst dragon. I mean, yeah, they can poison you. They don't in the original. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. They're supposed to poison you. They had a bit too much gas, so they're farting on you to poison on you. Maybe that's how they do their normal attack. They fart on you. And how do they use poison gas? They breathe it. They breathe their farts. Disgusting. Also, they're still not dead. Like, geez, this series is going downhill, like, isn't it? Oh my goodness. This series has gone downhill from here, isn't it? Like, part 11, I was so pumped up, and then this part, yeah, I dread it for a reason. I mean, to be fair, you're not supposed to do Waterfall this early, but there's a good reason I'm here. Okay, please don't. Please don't. Don't do it. You were so close, weren't you? It was tempting to use poison gas, wasn't it? I mean, you're fun to fight, but it seems like you're way more strong than normal dragons. I mean, you're supposed to be way more strong than normal dragons, but still, come on. Are you not weak to Blizzard this time just because it's hard mode? And it makes sense to make them actually weak to lightning? Because for some reason, lightning and poison are opposite in Final Fantasy II at least. Heliga again. You have so much MP. Hikari, you have so much that you just don't use. You just never use it whatsoever. Oh my goodness, Hikari, you take those poison gases like a beast. I mean, yeah, you have the highest magic defense. That's the White Mage's main highest stat, really. It's her magic defense. She has such high spirits. She's so positive that she has so much confidence that we're not going to die, and yet we all get turned to stone in like 2 seconds. So, yeah. I'm not gonna heal that poison yet. It's just not worth it to heal. It's just not. Can someone please tell me how I can make these battles worth watching? Is it the hack I'm doing? Is it how I'm faring in them? Is it how I'm doing them? Is it the fact that I'm actually doing them at all? Should I cut them out? But anyway, there we go. I'd love to know how I can improve. That's really one thing I really want to ask from my fans, is just how can I improve? That's just my main weakness, I guess. No wonder I don't like this playthrough, and no wonder I dread this place in general. Anyway, let's just look at Green Dragon. See how much HP they have. They're not that bad. Yeah, they give like 1,000 experience per a pop and a bunch of gil, and they drop elixirs. They have a higher chance of dropping elixirs than red dragons and ice dragons. I think they're called white dragons, actually. But anyway, main reason why I came here, excuse me, is this. But wait, in every room ever, we can't just enter here and without having a fight. This isn't normal. Like, yeah, you encounter a lot of stone birds, but you're supposed to encounter them on top of nightmares and also king mummies. Just 4 enemies you just don't want to see. Ooh, Umber, you're not doing too good. Yeah, I did save. Don't do it. Don't do it. Wow, it's either kill the red or kill the blue first. I mean, yeah, fights like this can be boring too. It's like, oh, I reset until I have a member that doesn't actually die. I mean, yeah, that is a problem to watch consistently. But really, that's really my challenge run. It's that if anyone dies, it's basically game over for me, unless I can revive them before the fight's over. Like, I really don't want the experience to be uneven. I really don't. Still, though, how can I improve? I'd love to know. I'd love to not make these parts, like, an hour long a pop. Should I really have done hard mode? Was it really a good idea? I mean, I'll stick with it, because I started it. Ooh, Cockatrice's Claws. So, either way, I would have been forced to fight Cockatrices here. So it would have been pointless to show it in post anyway. Anyway, here's a robot. I have been waiting. Take this cube. Tiamat, Flying Fortress, please. Interesting, who knew a robot could say please? They're so intelligent that they've been taught how to say please. How nice. With that, we've tamed a warp cube, which is... Oh, are you okay? Are you okay there? I don't think he's okay. Wow, I have no MP. I hope I don't find anything else. Well, I'm going to fight at least one more thing. But anyway, that's one reason why we're here. Another reason is that... Can you please move out of the way? Move left, command. There we go. You listen to a command. Wizard Staff, that casts fire when used as an item, or fire in this. Ribbon, which protects against all ailments. Every ailment. A bunch of money. More money. More money. More glitchy. And Defender. So we've attained good armor, a good item, and a good weapon. Let's equip those right away. Oh, and Defender can cast white magic too. I think it can cast a blink. I'll try it when I'm ready to. But that is better than the ice weapon in every way anyway. equip the ribbon. Yeah, resist all stats ailments. And it gives decent evasion, HP, MP, and all stats +1. All stats +1. Let's see. Who has the lowest luck? I think luck is what determines. Or maybe it's magic evasion. No, magic evasion is not a thing. Let's see. 20, 16, 19, 34. Okay, so Umber. No equipment. Who would benefit the most? It seems like Umber would benefit the most. So, you know, let's see. Hold on. What's the wizard's hat? MP plus 10%. You know, let's give it to Umber. Why not? And you should... I think you should get the wizard's hat. Yeah, it's better than every way. Why do I have the Grand Helm? No, seriously, why do I have the Grand Helm? Just equip the damn hat. Oh, right, oh, you can't even equip the... Oh, you can equip. I was just on the wrong item. That is definitely better in every way. I will take it. It doesn't have the improvedness on magic casters, but still, that's good. And I can't escape from here. Oh, and by the way, here's my spells. I sure did bought a bunch of spells for Naito for him to catch up. They're all pretty reasonable. If I didn't have it on Haikyuu, I have it in Naito, unless it really is useless. Yeah, I gave him Raise and not Haikyuu, because I don't think he can get Kiriga. Or can he get Kiriga? No, I think he can, but... No, he can't. Yeah, I got these spells, because, yeah. Here's Umber's. I got these. Which sure are these. I should show them off at some point. Here are these. I think I only got Vanish, honestly. Furry, and as for Furry, yeah, pretty much the same deal as, and also the level 5 spells. So then we got 2 hasters. If only Naito had a couple more levels, I could give him teleport. That's why I wanted to show off that I can't actually, yeah. So you know, I'll see you outside. Unless I find a Neochu or another new enemy. Just gonna point out that, yes, I did read the README. It said you can actually run from forced fights. If I don't get ambushed, you can run from them, but you can't run from important ones. But yet, and yet that one is an important one, so... Why? I mean, that mechanic will become important later. Whoa, dang. I did! Oh my goodness! I got it! Not too long before then, too. What are the odds of that? Let me check. Let's see, I got the notepad here, it was, where's Naga? Where's Waternut? Yeah, that was a 7% chance, which is not too high. Anyway, see you at the entrance again. Oh shit, Stamina Plus! Do I even have a Stamina Plus? I don't. Good. Okay, back outside. Did not encounter the rare Neo-Chew yet, but I will eventually. I might in post, though, because fuck that thing. I need to get its item off of it eventually. And you know what? I might actually do it when... Why am I fighting these guys? I might actually do it, like, at near the end, where I'm missing a bunch of items anyway. I can guarantee you I'm going to be missing, like, a whole lot of items by near the end of this playthrough. So you know what? I'll at least in post find the enemy, just for the sake of it. But I'll grind out the item later. I would heal like a smart person, I would go to that city, but nah. I want to buy the ferry. Can we not encounter wyverns? Oh, manticores. Now that I've seen one, yeah, you can encounter them here, you can. Manticores are basically Sphinx, but they're like, this thing is the manticores right here are actually manticores, and if you don't know what a manticore is, I don't either, but Sphinxes are not manticores. That's all I know. They have a tendency to use poison darts, which poison everybody, otherwise they're not really that threatening. Like that. And only Naito is vulnerable to poison, which, honestly, poison's not that bad in this game. It really isn't when you can just out-heal it. And they die easily, so yeah. Why they're less threatening than lesser... Cat, shut up, I'll get to you in a second. I keep forgetting what to do. Just get the ferry. I don't want to deal with tigers or saber-tooths. But anyway, get the ferry. Do I really only have that much gil? Why do I only have that much gil? Okay, by the way, you can't buy more than one ferry. I tried. If you have 80,000 gil, it just only lets you buy one. And as soon as you buy it, he kicks you out. But if you talk to him again, he sells different items. It varies from version to version. In Mod of Balance, he sells a bunch of good items. In here, he sells you plus items, which are really freaking expensive, in case you don't want to grind out that 4%. But I recommend grinding out that 4% in the case of this. I mean, I'll get these items eventually. I mean, I will. I don't know what he sells in... the regular version yet. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me deal with the cat. Okay, I'm back. Oh my goodness, that cat. Would not stop meowing. Would not stop bugging everybody as usual. I already checked you. Let's just actually explore a town. Actually, we're not going to explore a town. Actually, you know what? We're going to start the next part in the town. Not called Oinklak, it's called Onrak. Because as a kid, or not as a kid, first time I played this game, I accidentally called this place Oinklak. This thing does not have an I, or an N, or K. And yet, this place will always be known as Oinklak to me. This town is not really particularly interesting. It sure has a shop that sells Jack. Although in the original it does sell stuff. I'm not going to talk to NPCs yet. I'm only going to worry about the... Yeah, I'm only going to worry about the shops here. And I'm going to rest, and I'm going to end the part here. We're going to find out what this place is next time. What are spells like here? Can't afford it. Can I afford you? Not a bit. Why is Blizzica level 7? Why? Firaga's level 5, Blizzica's level 7. I don't get it. The only NPC I will talk to, though, is this girl here. We talked to her, and she's like, I wanted to save the mermaids living on the seafloor, so I made this submarine out of a barrel. How can you make a submarine out of a barrel? Also, mermaids, huh? Well, we've seen a mermaid in no, not Whisperwind Cove, Lifespring Grotto. But when I went underwater, I started running out of air, and I couldn't breathe. Well, how... Of course you can't breathe, it's a frickin' barrel. It's totally useless, even worse, it's dangerous. Well, why can't you just point out it's just dangerous? Well, I've only said to talk to that girl, but yeah, you talk to that dragon. If you talk to that dragon without the class change, he'll be like, you should go see Bahamut. If you talk to him with the class change, so like, amazing. Anyway, I'm freaking done here. If you see another... If this video goes on for like 2 more minutes, that means I actually took the time to find Neochu. If not, I'll do it in the beginning of the next segment. Next time in Final Fantasy, we're going to try to enter the water dungeon, but we're not going to complete it. We're going to seek out an important item from it and then hightail it out there. And we're going to explore Gaia and Oinklak. See you then.